buddy, it's better, yeah, the Navy. What's going on? Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube now, Lex. Uh, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. All right, man. I apologize for being late, everybody. I apologize for being late. I had to stop and get gas, and as y'all know, I drive a Chevy Suburban, so I was standing at the pump for quite a while. I was standing there for quite a while. Let me get our sponsors together. You know, I got to get my sponsors there. You know, I got sponsors now. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome y'all to the overnight price action on Tim's Tidbit. Overnight price action for 8/23/2022. I think I said that right. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day and just talk about the price action. I started out doing Tim's Tidbit as a way to teach close friends and family about everything that I had learned about trading and investing. Then I said, hey, let's spread it abroad to the entire internet. So I get on Al Gore's internet and I share my thoughts, I share my knowledge, I share everything I've learned. And once I emptied out everything that was in my Chrome Dome, I started getting on live every single day to show people what a full-time trader would do in any situation. I became a full-time trader when I retired from my job. I'm technically unemployed, but when I retired from my job in April 2021, and then I'll just go live every day, just talk about the price action. That's what I do. I do it for the free 99. If that sounds like something you're interested in, all thing I ask you to do is press the like button. I don't charge for anything. I just get on here and do it for free. I may or may not bring one-on-ones back. I don't know. But for now, just hit the like button for me and share it with one cousin you like and one cousin you don't like, so we can come together and build a new Wakanda. You feel me? Let me see who in the chat. Wait a minute. I got to put the link in the chat. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. If anybody wants to pull up and share anything, if anybody want to pull up and ask a question, if anybody the live is over. I see Trader Lex just popped in. The live is over. Me and Lex are no longer friends. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. Ah! Hey, who in the chat? What's up here to learn and share? How you doing? What's going on, Pamela? What's going on, Kevo? What's happening, Trey? Tell them boys I said, what's happening? What's going on, Garnell? What's going on, Gilly? What's up? Cool it now. You better cool it now. Cool it. I ain't seen you in a couple days, man. What's going on, 2K Crypto? What's going on, Towns, a.k.a. Gabriel, a.k.a. Devario, a.k.a. whatever. What's going on, Ryan? What's up, Edwin? What's going on, Fario? What's going on? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I remember that name. Candlesticks. What's going on, Candlesticks? What's up, Dominique? I'm not talking to you, Rhonda Green. Rhonda Green. You're on the work computer, Rhonda Green. What's going on, Dan? What it is? I said, what's up, Travis? Hey, Travis, man, I found out that I had blocked you on IG. I don't know if it was me on YouTube. I don't know if it was me or Calandra, but I was going through my block people because I was like, man, I ain't been seeing like a few people. Let me make sure I ain't blocked nobody. And lo and behold, your name was on the block list. I don't know what happened. And you, I might have been trying to block some of that crazy porn stuff and accidentally blocked you. My bad, homie. I jollipies. What's up, Tasha? Tasha, tell Snoopy I said, arf, 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 arf. That means Zay talking again. Zay been back on the internet with big boy energy. Zay been back with big boy energy. Zay said, I told you. Zay came on last night and said, your level ain't gonna hold. Let me stop. Hey, man. Hey, what's happening, man? I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Oh, let me shout out our sponsors, man. Today's episode is being brought to you by thenewTLI.com. ThenewTLI.com. Go get your Spider Gang merch so you can tell people to trade what you see. Go out there and get you a shirt where you can tell people like Zay. You say, hey, Zay, it don't matter what you say, because I'm not a bull or a bell. I'm a beast. Shout out our other sponsor. That's thenewTLI.com. Shout out our second sponsor for the day, Banjo. Banjo, new music by Il Jodam. Now streaming on all streaming platforms. If you got Apple Music, the link for Banjo on Apple Music is in the chat right now. What's up, Zay? Zay came back with the big boy energy. You feel me? Hey, Banjo, now streaming on all streaming platforms. If you got Apple Music, the link for Banjo is in the chat. Full disclosure, this is not a paid promotion. thenewTLR.com, that's me. Banjo, that's music created by my son right over there in his bedroom. Go support our sponsors. Go listen to my son music. You ain't got to buy nothing from me, but go listen to my son music. You feel me? Hey, let's go ahead. Oh, somebody else came in. Michelle Tucker. Oh man, you broke your hand? What? How you broke your hand issuing prizes to winner playing stupid game? Oh, you was a winner playing stupid game. Okay then. All right then. As long as you didn't get your finger bit off by a shark. Man, I saw a video last night on IG. Man, the man trying to pull the shark out the water with him and his family on the boat. It was like a little small shark, and his son was saying something, and the shark flipped and bit him. And when the shark bit him, the shark started spinning. He was like, God, dog, and I lost my pinky. Man, I think it was so funny. Michelle Tucker, what's going on, Michelle Tucker? How you doing? What's going on, Sonia? Shout out to homie Zay. I would say Zay just dropped in to say, look at where we see a reject. Zay with the big bell energy. Zay with the big bell energy. I appreciate that, Stacks. What's up with your Stacks? I appreciate that. Hit the like button. Hit the like. That's the only thing I look at here to learn to share being so sweet. Prayers for Coolit in his hand. That's so sweet. Zay, let me find out you looking in the noise. Yeah, Zay pulling up. Zay say he looking in the noise. What's going on, Sanjay? What's going on, Erica? I think I got everybody. I see more numbers than I see names, but I guess everybody don't want to get shouted out. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's first thing first. Let's get over. I don't have my Ninja Trader open. Let me open my Ninja Trader, and then we gonna while I'm waiting on Ninja Trader open, we gonna go over here and check out Spyleen, where you at, baby? Here I go. They go, Spyleen. What's going on, baby? What's going on, baby? Hey, look here, man. I wanted to be bearish on the week. I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody know I was bearish on the week because I said I want to get a pullback, right? When I was talking last week, right? I said once we got up to our target, I said I wanted us to come back down to this area right here, and that's when I was gonna be looking for my scale. Yep, looking for my scale. I was gonna be looking for the scale, get me some confirmation to scale into me some new long-term positions, right? I'm looking for my scale. It's got to give me what I'm looking for before I just jump in, right? So where we at on Spyleen? We gapped down and we did it all in one day. Me no like it when we do stuff on Monday. Me no like it, right? So it's coming down. Now, if I'm bearish on the week, y'all already know what I want to do. I want to come up here and get me some liquidity up here. Like I wanted Monday to come up, get me some liquidity up here above Friday. See the little gappy wappy. They look gappy wappy. I wanted to come up here, get some liquidity, and push down. You know what I'm saying? Monday, Tuesday, come up here, push down. You feel me? Consolidate, push down. But no, it want to come out and gap and go. Gap and go to the downside. Came down here and took care of this gap up. It took care of this gap up and this fair value gap all in one fell swoop. Went right through it. went right through it like X-Lax. You know what I'm saying? All in one fell swoop. So we have come back. We've went to the downside of this gap, right? The fair value gap and the daily gap, right? Right. That's what this pretty much what we had adjusted our box on the ES, right? Shout out Lex and PDub for opening my mind to see stuff in a different way. Let me put this on the screen, and then we're gonna get back to what's the name? Get back to the SPY. I just got to have it on this screen over here because I can only share one screen at a time. So I just needed to be over here. I usually have that already open and waiting, but I must have closed it when I came in here last night. Okay, we still inside the box though. We still inside our box. Now, back to SPY. Back to SPY. Okay, so we've come back. The same thing we was talking about. We came back to we got this daily breaking structure right here. We got this weekly breaking structure right here, right? Daily breaking structure was at 41.1762. Weekly breaking structure was at 41.1744, right? And we got into this gap up and this fair value gap. So you got all of this stuff going on in this area right here. And that was my area between 417 and 413 when I was like gonna be looking for the scale, between 417 and 413, because we had the weekly breaking structure, the daily breaking structure, the fair value gap, and the gap up, right? So that's why I was looking for the scale in that area right there. And plus that was right around our pivotal area, around that 4,200 on the ES. That was right. All that was in the same area. Right around that that space there. We got there yesterday in one day, and it was a slow meltdown. It wasn't volatile. It was just classic algo repricing. I'm going down. The same energy that we was keeping on Friday. And now we getting ready to gap down just a smidgen and looking like we gonna gap down right at the bottom of that. The bottom of it is 410.22. The gap up. The bottom of the gap up is 410.22, and right now we're at 412.79. So we gapping down really close to the bottom of that gap up that we had left. I mean, that we came to the bottom of yesterday. Now let's go to the ES. Looking at the ES, I guess I could have just did it like this. Okay, looking at the ES, y'all remember yesterday when we adjusted our box, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, adjusting the box, go back and look at yesterday's episode and figure out what the box is. So we adjusted our box from 42.21 all the way down to 413. Ah, come on, man. Get off of here, Snap. The Snap is on the boom. Okay, so we adjusted our box down to 4113. So now this is our box, right? We're inside our box. Now, what is Lil Timmy Rogers looking for? Now that we're inside, shout out Lex and PDub. For anybody who don't know what I'm talking about, Lex and PDub had a Live from the Shadows part 572 on Saturday, right? And they used the term that I had never heard before in my life, but it made me look at my drawings and chart stuff differently, right? They was talking about internal and external liquidity, right? And the way they broke it down, I was like, oh, it just opened up a light. And so it made me look at my liquidity area as a box. Y'all already know. Let me hide this for a second. Y'all already know when I draw stuff out, I have my buy side liquidity, I have my sell side liquidity, and then the main buy side and sell side that be like up on like my daily level. And then I have like different little sell side and buy sides inside there, but I have fair value gaps. I have sell side, buy side inside there, right? And then when they talked about external, and it just like made something click in my mind. And when they said it, automatically in Lil Timmy Rogers' mind, I saw something look like this, a box. It was a box, right? And so what I said, the price come in. See, now I got to go to my pen. I got to go to my pen now because I'm talking about it again. And if you just hear to hear me call some levels, too bad. You got to sit through this right here right now. Let me switch to my other screen. Share other screen that I can draw on. Put it back up. Okay, so now give me a screenshot. Give me a screen. There you go. Screenshot activated. Okay, now price right here. So now I got my buy side and my sell side. These are daily levels, right? This is Friday's high right there, right? And this is some equal lows that was at 41.13. And yesterday I was like, we got all this liquidity down here that we can soak up, right? And then the sell side that I think is targeting is 41.13. So when they was talking about external liquidity, right? They was talking about external liquidity, right? That was on the outside of the buy side of my box on the higher daily time frame, right? Then the external liquidity on the sell side on the outside of my box. And then they was talking about the internal liquidity. I know I got a big, y'all can't hardly see it. I should have made my box lighter, but we got this is a weekly fair value gap down to here, right? That's a weekly fair value gap. And then this is a daily fair value gap that's inside that weekly from here to here. So that's some internal. That's some internal. We got some equal highs over here. We got a swing high over there. We got a swing high there. So all of that right there. And when I look at it, right, y'all know how I be saying the price like dip into the liquidity pool where I have my line at. That's my buy side. It dip into the liquidity pool, then it start going down and up, swimming. You know how I always say it's swimming in the liquidity pool, and I wait to see if it's gonna pop out to the upside or the downside. But that's what I meant when I said they made me see it in a different light. When they said the external and internal, it made me see a box around my external and internal liquidity. I got my buy side, I got my sell side, right? I got my buy side, I got my sell side that I'm looking for price to try to get to. But inside, I got all these little internal spots. And now that I said all that, this is what I'm looking for. Price has jumped in the liquidity pool. The price that jumped in the box, right? We repriced almost to the bottom, right? So now this is what I'm looking for. Are we going wax on, wax off, right? So we got all this liquidity. We got a weekly fair value gap that we done waxed on, right? We got the daily fair value gap starting from here that we done waxed on. We got outside the fair value gap, but we still inside the box. And we just swimming right now. What they say, engineering the liquidity right there. We just swimming, right? So now, are we going wax on, then wax off these fair value gaps and pop out? Or are we going wax on, wax off, and then pop out down this way? Which way? That's what I'm looking for now. I'm looking for, are we going, and when I say pop out, I mean go out and get a closure on the outside of the box. I don't care if it dip outside and come back in. Uh-oh. Get back over there. I didn't want you to move. I don't care if it dip outside. I don't care if it dip outside, but then go back in, right? But if we come outside and we get a closure outside, right? Now I'm looking to adjust my box. I'm looking to adjust my box. If we get that closure outside the bottom side, now I'm looking to adjust my box. If we get that closure outside of this right here, now I'm looking to adjust my box, heading back up, right? That's what I'm looking for with the box, with my box. That's what I'm looking for when I said I'm looking for that. Now, like I was saying to PDub when we was on IG before I went live on YouTube, right? I came in here last night. about 5:30. The market about to open up in 1 minute. For anybody that got to go trade, I appreciate you for hanging out with the boy. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. When I came in last night about 5:30, let me put this on. Oh, it's already on 60-minute candles, right? Got it on 60-minute candles, right? Then if we come back, you see this breaking structure right there at what's that right there? That high is 41.53. You see this breaking structure we made right there on the 5 o'clock candle. That's the first hourly breaking structure that we made. If you go back, still going, still going, still going. Ever since, what is that? Thursday at 4 o'clock. That's the first hourly breaking structure to the upside that we didn't had since Thursday at 4 o'clock. Right? Will this be a turnaround Tuesday? I don't know and don't care. But just looking at the price action, because all I care is about the price action. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about an inverted head and shoulders. I don't care about 3 white soldiers. I don't care about a trend line. I don't care about nothing. All I care is about what the price action telling me. And right now, the price action saying we going down, right? And then we throw it on breaks, and we just made a breaking structure to the upside. Now, it came up and it wicked down. So it's saying, I want to go that way, but not quite yet. Right? How far does it want to come down? Do it want to come down and get this sell side liquidity that we pointed out yesterday as the target before going this way? Or do it want to come back right here to this fair value gap that we have filled, right? We just filled this fair value gap, got down into this red candle right there. Are they going to use their 60-minute red candle right there as an order block? Are they going to use that as an order block? I don't know, but looking at this right here, we came here, we came up, we consolidated, we came below, ran up under these lows right here, right? Got these consecutive down close candles, then we blast off. You see what I'm saying? So in little Timmy Rogers' mind, that sets this up to be a potential order block right here, right? Why? Because we came over here, we consolidated, we ran this liquidity up under these lows right here at what's that right there? 41.31, 41.31.50. When we ran them lows under there, this 60-minute down close candle right here, after we ran them lows, pang-ow, we got a pang-ow. You see what I'm saying? We got the pang-ow. We didn't run the sell side in one candle. We got it on the next candle, but how beefy this move was, that's why I'm looking at that as a potential order block, because we got the change in sentiment, right? We was going up, we trended up a little bit, consolidated, then came down. So that's my shift in sentiment for a temporary. Then we got an aggressive move up combined with a fair value gap right there. So based off my studies and learnings and back testings from ICT stuff, this candle right here is a potential order block, right? So now, are we coming back to that order block to push up, or are we going to come get this liquidity and push up? Right? The market has been known to get very close to sell side or buy side liquidity and throw on breaks and turn around on you. Right? So, but looking at how it's trading, we have not had a breaking structure to the upside since Thursday. Right? And mind you, we got all of this stuff to get our wax off. I mean, we got the wax on coming down, right? Or in ICT terms, we got to the repricing, and then it still need to rebalance. And in other people terms, we got the gap fill, and now we need the retracement. You see what I'm saying? Gap fill, retracement, reprice, rebalance, wax on, wax off. The wax on, wax off, that's my thing. I say it makes sense in my mind, because wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, right? So now just let the market show you what it want to do. Don't rush into nothing. Don't try to jump into nothing. Don't be like, oh, well, Tim said this, and get your mouth punched in. Let the market show you what it want to do. Let's drop down to 15-minute and let's look at the overnight. Overnight, like I say, we went up, took care of a little bit of gap work that we left when we was, melting down. Took a little bit of gap work, gain back to this breaking structure right there, right? But we didn't sell off heavy. Consolidated some more. After midnight, we pushed down, ran the sell side liquidity right here under those equal lows, right? Got a for fair value gap, and then blast off. Boom. They go. That's the blast off I was talking about. After we ran that that sell side right at the London we took off and broke structure to the upside, kissed the bottom of that daily fair value gap, right? So we broke structure to the upside, kissed the bottom of the daily fair value gap that we just put the wax on yesterday, got the repricing, and then we pushed down. Now we got a 15-minute fair value gap down here that we seems to be ignoring right now. What I'm looking at right now is if we get above this 41.57, if we get above this 41.57, give closure above that, it's giving me, I'm ready to go up to try to rebalance this stuff vibes. Right now I'm seeing lower and lower highs on the 15-minute, right? We broke structure over here on the 15-minute, but I'm seeing lower and lower highs on the 15-minute. So we got a break in structure, but it's still looking kind of weak, right? Still looking like it want to do something to the downside. You feel me? But if we get up here above this 41.57, then that's going to negate that in my mind. Mind you, we coming to the midnight open. The midnight open sometime be a good little short. It'd be a good little short on midnight open. When we open up the at 9:30 and it go up to the midnight, a lot of times that's a good little short. That's not my trade, but I've seen it happen many times. When it go, even if it trade down to the midnight open, sometimes that's a good long. That's not my trade, but I've seen it many times. Just watch that. But right now, that's what I'm watching to see if we can start to break some of these swing highs and get back up. Because right now, the market still ain't been able to break the last swing high that it made on that 415 candle. Right, the overnight. That's the overnight high. The overnight high right now is at 41.57, like I said. And then the overnight low is sitting down here at 41.18. Right. But remember, we got Jackson Hole and the Fed talking Friday. We got GDP. Oh, speaking of GDP, hey, I'm supposed to be, what you say? I'm supposed to be what you say, Lex? why you be missing interest? You supposed to be trading futures and you still on live. Go. I already told you, Lex. I got one setup that I'm trading. I'm sim trading one setup for the whole month of September, and I'm gonna take copious notes on what's the best time to take that one setup. That's the only setup I'm gonna trade for the whole month of September. Take copious notes. GDP. Let me share this with y'all, right? All of y'all probably know this already, but I'm gonna share it because yesterday, right? Let me get some background on it. Yesterday, I went to forexfactory.com, right? And let me pull up Econo Day. Right? Let me pull up Econo Day, right? So, right, and you look at Econo Day and you see how I just say GDP, right? It always just say GDP, right? Why can't, oh, wait a minute. I'm sharing the other screen. Hold on. I saw that thing wicking off that 12 o'clock. Okay, you see how on Econo Day it just says GDP. It always just say GDP, right? And so, you go in, look at GDP. You look at GDP, right? You look at what it is. Yep, I got it. But when I looked at Forex Factory yesterday, right? when I looked at Forex Factory, it said prelim GDP, right? And I'm like, what in the world is prelim GDP, right? So I started looking into it. I'm like, what's prelim? Like, what's prelim GDP? I ain't gonna hold you. I never knew this. I never knew, right? I knew GDP was like a lagging indicator. I did know that. For anybody who don't know what I mean by a lagging indicator, like the GDP numbers we be getting, like when we get these GDP numbers, they from last quarter. You know what I'm saying? They from last quarter, right? So in my mind, the way I thought like the GDP numbers were working was like, okay, this is the this is the numbers for May. This is the numbers for April. This is March. No, January, February, March, April, May. This number from April. This number for May. This number for June. Right. That's how I thought it was working. Like, cause we get the numbers every month. Right. I thought it was. This is how it's working. Right. And it sort of is like that, but how it really works is you got the advanced numbers, right? You got the advanced GDP numbers, right? Those are the ones that have like the most impact because they the first ones, right? And then you got the prelim numbers the next month, and then you got the final on the last month. You see what I'm saying? I never knew in my Tony Baker voice. I never knew that that's how it was working, right? Until I saw that prelim GDP on Forex Factory. And so I just started looking in. I'm like, what is this? And for everybody that don't see right here, this is what I'm talking about right here. So on Thursday, August 25th, is that Thursday? Yeah, so on Thursday, right, we gonna get the Q2 prelim numbers. You see what I'm saying? Last month, we got the Q2 advanced numbers, right? We got the Q2 advanced numbers. Then, and it's just like, and what it is, the numbers are getting adjusted. Because you know how when you look at stuff, when you look at these different events. Let me see if I can find one that's got like these. Let me see PMI, right? You'll see right here say prior revised, right? You see how I say prior revised on that right there? That means the numbers get adjusted. Like the numbers will come out, like just say the consensus is 51.8, right? And then once this hit and we get the actual, and just say the actual be like 52. And then like the next time it'll say prior revised, and it'll be whatever the adjustments were. You see what I'm saying? So the numbers are just getting revised month over month. That's what. So it's like a month over month thing. But since the GDP is a quarterly thing, it's like we getting the advance right from Q2 in July. So we got the advanced numbers from Q2 in July, right? This Thursday, we're going to get the prelim numbers from Q2. That's the adjustments after they saw how things was really going. That's the adjustments. And then in September, we're going to get the final numbers from Q2. So you got the advance, you got the preliminary where they adjust some, and then they got the final where they adjust some more. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what, all because I saw that prelim on Forex Factory yesterday, I started digging into it to figure out exactly what it meant. And so, and I figured out that I had been thinking about it all wrong. I just was thinking, okay, we getting the it's July, so we getting the numbers from like last month. Okay, this August, so we getting the numbers from last month. This September, so we getting the numbers from last month. But that ain't how it is. That's what I was thinking initially. But what it is like these are the advanced numbers from Q2, right? This is, from the advanced numbers from Q2. Okay, these numbers right here that we getting, these the slightly adjusted numbers from Q2 after we saw how it really went, right? And then in September, we gonna get the actual numbers from quarter two once the quarter was all the way over, and that's how the quarter actually ended up. You see what I'm saying? But the one that create the most volatility is usually the advanced numbers, because that's the shock factor. And then by the time it get down to the final numbers, the market then already digested all of that. It's already digested. And then that kind of what, now this just little Timmy Rogers thinking, and that's kind of what like really play into the factor of the reasoning behind most time by the time they announce a recession that the market beating already bounced back, because it's lagging so much. See that? You see that when I was talking about a lot of time, that be that short coming off that midnight usually be a short. That ain't my trade, but it usually is. And we still have not see them highs getting lower and lower right there. See them highs getting lower and lower. So let's see what we do. Are we gonna come down here and get that sell side and continue down? Now, mind you, now this sell side right here is the bottom of our box, right? This the bottom of our box. So what I'm gonna be looking for is if we come down and get this sell side and close outside of this box. And me personally, what I'm looking for is on the hourly. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for on the hourly closing outside of this box, right? If we come down and get an hourly closure on the out, those just the levels I choose. We got my sell side and buy side are daily time frame highs and lows. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And then I'm gonna go to the chat and see if anybody talk about anything, right? So on the daily, let me get all this lipstick out of the way, man. Y'all hold on. Let me get all this lipstick out the way. Okay, so on the daily, I guess I should have left my lines. On the daily, right? The what was Friday's date? The 19th. So right here. So this is the buy side liquidity was right here at, you know, at the bottom of this gap down. It was at the bottom of this gap down right here, right? And then that was the buy side, and then the sell side was right here at these equal lows, right? That was the sell side at these equal lows at, God dog it, I can't see. Hold on. All right, so the sell side was right here at the bottom of these equal lows at 41.13, and the buy side was right here just below Friday's low at 42.20. It was somewhere around there. It was below that gap down, that Sunday gap down, right? So if we get on the outside of our box, if I get an hourly closure, right? If I get an hourly closure on the outside of our box, right? Our box is here. Right? That's our box. If I get an hourly closure outside of our box, right? I'm looking for, if that means if it come down here to get a closure, then I'm looking for it to come back, hit our box, and push down and start coming down here into these fair value gaps down here. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking for now. If I get an hourly closure on the outside of the box, right? But if we come down and take the liquidity and don't close in the box, hold up, then I'm gonna be looking for it to go back up and reprice the box. I mean, rebalance the box, because we already got this candle right here and this candle right here giving us the wax on. We getting the wax on. Now, if we get this liquidity and come back and close inside the box, then I'm looking for it to give me the wax off. And once we get the wax off, then I'm gonna be looking for, are we gonna blast out, or are we gonna come back down and blast to the bottom? Right. So that's what I'm looking for on that right there. Now let me go to the chat and see what y'all talking about. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with the old. I'll leave the screen up so we can watch the candles while we do this right here. Let me go back now to a 15-minute. Let me put my lipstick back on the chart so I can see where I'm at. No, not indicators. I don't want indicators. I need drawing tools. All right, we're pushing back up pretty strong. Look like let's see if we're gonna fail again, fail at this high. See if we fail at this high again, or if it's gonna go up. It took that one. Let's see if we keep pushing up and start taking out some of these highs. Oh, did some news come out? What supposed to come out today? Did some news come out? What came out today? What happened today? Cause the way this thing acting, it's acting like some news came at 9:45. PMI came out at 9:45. It did. PMI actual consensus was 49, 51, 8, and 49. So we had 45 on the composite, 51.3 on the manufacturing, and 44.1 on the services. So let's see what contraction and expansion good for. It should tell us in here. Okay, so okay, let me go back so I can look at the numbers. So a reading above 50 signals rising output, right? Output is services, I think, right? So the closer to 100, the faster it's growing or contracting. All right. So signals rise. It usually tell with, let's look at Forex Factor be telling you this is good for, but it usually say it's good for it usually tell you what it's good for. Okay, the stock market likes to see healthy economic growth. All right, so translates to, so growing is good for the equities and growing is bad for the bonds and the financials. Okay, so good, growing good for the equities. All right, so okay, that went down. Okay, 50. Okay, it's 50. Okay, so 50. Okay, it's above 50. It's a little less than expected, but it's above 50. So it's just a slight contraction. All right. Yeah. So a reading above 50 signals rising. Right. So it's above 50. It's a slight contraction because they expected 51.8 and they got 51.3. Right. And then, but the service side, it don't talk about the service side on here. The report also contained flash estimates of manufacturing and service, the PM data. The report probably also tracked confirmation. See, it just talk about like the 50 for the manufacturing. Well, I guess because they weren't even expecting 50 on the service side. I'm just trying to figure because the algos loved it. The algos loved it. So this is a lot of contraction of the composite. That's all up together. That's a lot of contraction. You see what I'm saying? Because the consensus was 49.2 and it fell well below the consensus range. Now the manufacturing that it is above 50. You know what I'm saying? So 50 shows expansion, but it's just a little less than what they thought. So that's not so bad. But on the services side, it's well below the expected too. And the algos love it. You know what I'm saying? The algos love it. They ran up there and took out. They ran up there and took out a couple highs. We still ain't got back to what is this 60? This 15 minutes, yeah. We still ain't got back up to this one here. This was the one I was talking about. If we take this out, then I don't see the algos being interested in coming back down here and getting this 41.13. And we the algos love that. But let's see how it play out though. Let's see how it play out. They came and they came out and took two highs, didn't get that third one. But like I was saying, the highs were getting lower and lower, showing weakness. And when we got down here to this fair value gap that I was talking about, when I was like, let's see if it go to this fair value gap or if it's gonna go down. We got in that fair value gap, and that thing pang out. If anybody was watching this fair value gap to go long, that was a nice little trade right there. Top of the gap. What's the top of the gap? God dog, get out my way. Econo Day. What's top of that gap right there? Top of that gap is 41, 45, 20. No. I'm sorry. 41, 31, 75. So 41, 31, 75. Where we at right now? 41, 50. Whoo, that's almost 20 points. That's more than 20 points. That's a 20 piece right there. Lex, did you get that 20 piece all flats? Let me see what y'all talk about in the chat, man. I just been running my mouth. I jolly pies. I saw the broke my hand. I saw that Zayla. Now you know Tim the hype. Good morning. I said good morning, OG. I couldn't say nothing without get sent to the principal office. What up? I said, what up? Okay, cool it. Thank you. Okay. Looking for the scale. Come to the noise. I really listened to, okay, Tim, this is why you missing. Yep. Zay, you bullish on energy for the rest of the year. Bullet. Okay, Zay bullish on energy for the rest of the year. I don't care nothing about energy. I ain't even gonna hold you. I know when energy run, you don't want to fight energy. Energy and oil, crude, and energy type stuff, when it start running, you don't want to fight that. Crude oil season in September, October bullish. That ties into Saudi news to strengthen bullish crude oil. I don't know nothing about crude. I ain't gonna hold. I just know you don't fight it. That's the only thing I know. You do not fight crude and energy type stocks. Building a position. Talk about building a position. Oh, that's energy still. PMI. Appreciate that. Rolando. Is that Rolando or Rolando? Yeah, services PMI. Yeah, I'm almost catching up, but it was bad. I think this might be liquidity run. Oh yeah. That I was like, it wasn't making sense. It wasn't like the numbers weren't making sense. So we might have just shot up to clear the board. A lot of times the algos will do that. They'll shoot up to clear the board. But we'll see. Because this right here might have been the downside target for the day, but we'll see. Because now we got, this was our 60-minute breaking structure right here, if I ain't mistaken, at 41.57. That was our 60-minute breaking structure. And now we just got a 15-minute breaking structure right here at this 41.50. And y'all already know what I say. When the higher time frames start showing a hint of wanting to do something, it starts to play out on the lower time frames. But you know what I'm saying? Let's just see. We got to sit. That's the first 60-minute breaking structure since Friday, right? And now that we got a 60-minute breaking structure, now the algos just wicked out and made a 15-minute breaking structure. Now let's see if they bail off this and push up, or if they just, you know what I'm saying, diddle data around here all day long. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, because a lot of times when we coming up into stuff like GDP numbers, Jackson Hole, FOMC meetings, when we coming into stuff like that, a lot of times the market trade real stupid, right? I was surprised we got a nice trending day to the downside yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised it was like a nice trend day to the downside. It wasn't choppy or nothing. That shocked me. I did take a sim trade. I got a 10-point sim trade, but it shocked me that we got a nice trending day, because usually it just be like, dude, it be up and down going into this stuff, man. Yeah, I'm way behind. I see y'all talking about some went crazy. I'm way behind. Algo's light on the 10-year bonds. Oh, they liked it on the 10-year bonds. I don't look at the 10-year. I just look at the 30-year. I don't look at the 10-year bonds because I used to trade the ZB. This the only one that yeah, the ZB got a nice little pop too. That's a pretty nice count. That's a pretty big down candle on the ZB2. That's a big old candle for the ZB right there. Golly. If the ZB keep this down energy and the ZB in the ES get into their normal trading pattern, like ain't nothing been normal since 2020. But if they get into that little inverse thing and the ZB keep this down, how it broke down so far and it left this fair value gap right here, if it get up into this fair value gap and decide to keep pushing down, and then the ES do the opposite like they used to do back in the day, then it might keep pushing up. It might keep pushing up. We don't know. It's acting like it's trying right now. It's acting like this fair value gap down here, this 15-minute fair value gap may have been the time. Oh, this the trade I was telling y'all about right here. Right? This the trade I was telling y'all about right here that I'm gonna be doing for the for all of September. Let me show y'all. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me switch this over to Sim just in case it happened while I'm on here and I don't get into it on my live account, because I said I ain't doing nothing but Sim until the end of September. All right, so this the trade. Let me get a screenshot real quick so I can show y'all the trade. And the reason why I picked this trade is because it's going to force me to be patient, and it's going to force me to only take trades that got like a real move into it, right? So this is the fair value gap right here, right? This the fair value gap, right? So we come down, we ran out this liquidity, right? We went up, right? We broke structure. That's our breaking structure right there, right? We broke the structure, right? We come back down to the fair value gap, right? Dip in the fair value gap, come back up, but don't pass the breaking structure. When we come back down to it, that's the entry right there to go back up. You know what I'm saying? If we come back down to the fair value gap again, that's my entry to go back up here. Not on the first tap of the fair value gap, the second one. You see what I'm saying? That's the trade that I said. And the reason why that's my trade is because it's gonna force me to be patient, right? It's gonna force me to be patient, and it's gonna force me to not rush into it's gonna force me to be patient, and it's gonna force me to take trades that's more likely to be the real move and not get scared out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine, like, it's been so many times. Did I get rid of my screenshot? No, I didn't. Oh, I got it on eraser. Okay, so just imagine if you got into a trade, right? You got into a trade and your target was here. That's your target. That's your low-hanging fruit, right? Right there. You come down, get in the trade, and it go up. Were you happy? Right? It stopped right there and it started coming all the way back down here. Do you know the amount of tears you will be dropping watching this trade come back against you like that? Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can really feel the pain. It started coming back down. So we're gonna make an eye. We're gonna make another eye. And then we're gonna put some big tears. Can you imagine the amount of tears that you will be feeling watching this trade come back down like this right here. That is a scary feeling. That is a scary feeling for anybody. So that's why my one trade I'm gonna be trading is we get our breaking structure right here, right? When we come back down to the fair value gap, enter the trade. I mean, don't enter the trade. It comes up, it don't get back up above, then it comes back down to the fair value gap, getting the trade there. That's the trade. That's the setup I'm gonna be trading right there. Because once it come back to the fair value gap, it's more likely to keep going then. And cause I don't want to suffer through. I'm good. I'm good. Oh no, I'm not good. Oh yeah, I'm good for real. I don't want to suffer through that. Are we getting to the dilly dally? Are we getting to the dilly dally of the day? All right. Algos. How long we been on? 56 minutes. We've been on here 56 minutes. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat one more time if anybody got any question or if anybody want to share anything. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna go through. Get out of the way, notifications. I'm gonna go through the chat to see if I missed anything. Then I'm gonna go ahead and jump off because we done been on here for almost an hour. Shout out 100. 100 say he done for the day. 100 been out here doing great and wonderful things in this market. Oh, I just noticed we got some divergence. The Dow is not following the ES and the NQ. One thing I have noticed about when we be like diverging, right? One thing and shout out PDub. PDub mentioned this the other day, but I've been noticing it. I haven't tracked it to like really get some good, data on it. But I have noticed that when one be doing something different from the others, that one usually catches up. Right? So see how the Dow is still lagging. The Dow still showing that it's red on the day because it's below that white line. That white line is the closure from yesterday. But the NQ and the ES are green on the day. The NQ has gone up and made another, like the NQ made that breaking structure at the same time as the Dow and the ES, but the NQ has went up and made another 60-minute breaking structure, and the ES hasn't made it yet, but the ES is getting close and the Dow lagging down, right? What I have noticed is if usually when like the NQ and the ES moving together, the Dow usually catches up, or if the Dow and the ES moving together, the other one usually catch up. Now it don't be that way all the time, but a lot of times I have noticed it, and I haven't did the back testing to like really get I already tell y'all I look at the divergence so I can see what's going on, and then I just go watch the price action on the ES. That's all I trade for real. But I have noticed that when two of them, and like PDub say, the majority usually win out. And right now the ES pushing up, the NQ pushing up, and they look like they're trying to drag up the Dow. Oh man, I ain't even have y'all ain't tell me the screen wasn't on, man. Y'all supposed to tell me the screen wasn't on. Did somebody say it? No, ain't nobody even say it, man. Ain't nobody say the screen wasn't on. Y'all the ES just blast up. The ES just blast up. Let me the ES just blast up. It ain't give me my trade that I was looking for, but it just took off because it ain't come back. And we getting ready to break that 41.57. And we get above that 41.57. I don't see us trying to come back. I don't see us trying to come back to get that 41.13. If we get above that 41.57, 41.13 ain't in my sights. I could be wrong, but like I said, if we get above that 41.57, that 41.13 ain't in my sights. And it's looking like it'll look like to me that this fair value gap right there was the low target for this morning session. Did we take it out? Yep. We just took it out. Let's see if we get a closure above that. This is a 15-minute candle right here. Let's see if we get a 15-minute closure above that, because we just took it out. Let's see what the 60-minute looking like. We got 49 minutes on this candle, so we got plenty of time on the 60-minute candle. We got plenty of time on the 60-minute candle. So we're still inside our box. Don't forget, our box is from 41.13 up to 41.22. We inside our box. Now, it's looking like we want to it's looking like the algos gonna try to rebalance the inside of the box. That's what it's looking like for now, right? Like I say, it could be wrong, but it's looking like they're trying to rebalance the inside of the box. And what I mean by that, for anybody that came in late, right? For anybody that came in late, what I mean by rebalance the inside of our box, right? Our box is from the buy side liquidity at 42.21 down to the sell side liquidity at 41.13. This is our box, right? Inside our box, we got a weekly fair value gap that's right here, and we got a daily fair value gap that's right here, right? That's inside the box. We got these equal highs right here. We got a swing high right here. We got a swing high right here. All of that is liquidity, right? Yesterday, we got a wax on of the fair value gaps. So now when I say rebalance, I mean getting a wax off of the fair value gaps, like come up and give the gap fill retracement, right? Gap fill and then come back and get the retracement. That'll be rebalancing the inside, all of the inside of the box. So the box will be rebalanced, right? So once the box get rebalanced, what does the algos want to do? Do the algos not, once we rebalance the box, right? Now let me go back. Once we rebalance the box, get the box rebalanced. That's rebalance, right? Now that the box is rebalanced, right? Do the algos want to pop out, right? Will we go out, break the buy side, right? Come back into a fair value gap and take off? Or will we rebalance it, hit the buy side liquidity, and then take off to the downside and pop out the bottom, right? That's what we'll need to wait to see once the box get rebalanced, right? We could very well just come back up to that area right there. Come back up to that fair value gap at that breaking structure and sell off. You know what I'm saying? You never know what these algos would do, but you just want to have little areas that you watching, right? Just like when I was saying, if anybody went long in there, that would have been your low-hanging fruit from that fair. When I was like, if you went long on that fair value gap, if you was watching that to go long, that's your low-hanging fruit. Boom, pay the trader, you out of there, right? That's your second target right there, right? This fair value gap right here could be your third target, right? Those are the little milestones you want to be giving yourself when you set up the trade, when you analyze the trade and all that right there. Like 100 done for the day. Well, my what's the name? We still pushing up. Let me put it back on 15-minute candles while I go through the chat and then jump. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with the boy, man. I ain't got nothing to do but just watch these I ain't got nothing to do but just watch these charts. That's all I got to do. Just watch these charts and put it back on 15-minute candles. We got 49 seconds, and then see if we get a 15-minute closure above this right here. And then as you see, we got relative equal highs right there. So those relative equal highs, right? So now Pete, we got relative equal highs here. We pushing hard, right? You want to be mindful. Remember I told you that right there was your low-hanging fruit. This right here was your second target, right? That's your second target. Once you get to that second target, you want to see if the market is going to blast through it and continue up, or if it's gonna kiss it, come back down to a lower fair value. Let's see if there's any fair value gaps on the 5 minute. Right, this how you can start to build new long positions. Right, this how you can start to build new. Like if you miss this long right down here, if this was the long you wanted but you missed it, right, boom, right, if it took off, now mind you, now we getting close to 11 o'clock, so it ain't gonna be much shaking after that, right? So we done broke structure here. Now once you get up here, you can be looking at this fair value gap right here to come back to. But mind you, we've been running, so this fair value gap may not give you as big of a move as you wanted when you was down here. So you got to be ready to manage very quick, right? We come down, you got to be ready to manage really quick around this area up here. Come back down, boom. Your target may be in the same spot, but this person right here, they had a nice big target, you know what I'm saying, big profit target. But if you get in this late in the move, your profit target may be a little bit shorter. You know what I'm saying? And then it may not be. We may just continue to trend up all day. But those are little spots that you want to look at when you're trying to map out your trade, right? When you're trying to map out your trade. And it's easier. You see, I can think about this level-headedly while I'm looking at this right here. And while I'm looking at it, because I ain't got no trade in, you want to think about all this stuff right here and map it out and think in advance of what can possibly happen in advance. So when it start happening, you're ready to just fire. You ain't trying to figure it out right then. Just like when I saw it possibly going to set up on the trade that I want to take, you see, I flipped over the sim. So I said, if it happened while I'm talking, I can jump in. You see what I'm saying? You want to be prepared to just go. You want to be prepared to fire. And then if it don't come for you, don't chase it. I probably have been going through the chat. The chat that got so long. The chat that got so long. I know you don't do what? I know you don't do patterns, but what you drew out also looks like inverted head and shoulders. Okay. Okay. I believe you. I believe you. You say you posted your trade on your story? Well, let's go see it. Well, let's go see it. Let me put I'm tired of looking down. Let me put my other screen back up. Let's go see it. Let's go see what 100 posted. Let's go see what 100 posted. What did you post, 100? My OCD won't let that stay like that. What did you post, 100? Hey, I'm gonna go see. Hey, y'all put, if y'all still in here, I appreciate y'all. Y'all pull up tonight and see. Who sent me some? Y'all pull up tonight. The homie Q gonna be on tonight. Eric gonna be on tonight. Oh, that's what you were saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's Q gonna be on tonight. Eric gonna be on tonight. Talk about just all things market. Okay, there you go. This is what you're talking about right here. That's your trade. Look, 100. 100. That boy trading big contracts out here, man. 10. Buying 10. Buying 10. Selling 9. Leaving a runner. You feel me? I ain't mad at you, 100. We got that breaking structure, came back there. 50% equilibrium. I see you, 100. I see you, 100 on the 3 minute. You feel me? Y'all see that? We came down, ran that liquidity under there, blast off, broke that buy side, left that fair value gap right there around equilibrium. You see, he went long right here, right? Came back to where he was at, took off, sold right there, took it off right there, low hanging fruit. Sold 9. Look like he sold 9 and left 1 runner. Man, I ain't mad at you 100. I ain't mad at you 100. You feel me? You feel me? This stuff, this stuff work, man. This stuff work. If you see your setup and you fire, this stuff work, man. Y'all seen? I was getting ready if it was coming to my spot. I was about to hit it, but it ain't come to my trade. But 100, you see 100 trade, it's the same stuff we be talking about over and over. You know what I'm saying? It came back to equilibrium. It left a fair value gap at equilibrium. It ran liquidity to the low side, ran liquidity to the top, left a fair value gap at equilibrium. He fired at equilibrium. Boom. Low hanging fruit. Out of there. 10 contracts deep on them. I don't care. If you trade, now look at it like this right here. 10 even if it's MES, 10 contracts on MES, that's 1 ES contract. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's 10 contracts on the ES, I'm sleep. Man, hey man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh, that 100 pulling up. I was just about to get off. What up with you, man?
What's good? What's good? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's happening?
All right, so I got to keep it a buck down, right? That was a paper trade. The 10, the buy 10, whatchamacallit, and I sold that with the 9, and I'm leaving the 1 runner. That was a paper.
I don't care if it's a glue trade. A trade is a trade.
Hold on. I'll tell you why, because you see that little short that I had over there right before. If you could pull it up, my fault.
Let me see.
I'm gonna show you my real trade that I took today. I took 2 trades. I took the paper trade, which was the 10 when we all got on just now, and I'm gonna show you the real trade right now. All right, so you see that little short area over there? Yeah,
no.
right. It's
right?
highlighted. It's highlighted. The highlighted area.
Oh, right here. This right here?
Yeah, so zoom, if you could pull up the chart and zoom into that area. Basically, I executed on my computer, so I couldn't put in a paper trade on that to show y'all that trade.
What was that?
But
what area was that?
That was at 9:36.
Okay, so right around here.
Yeah, so boom, as soon as go to like the 1 minute though. You want a 3 minute. Perfect.
Right here.
All right, so boom. As soon as we had basically broke down and hit displacement right there, I traded.
Right here?
Yeah, right there. Facts. I basically entered right at that white line you got, New York
Right
close up there. Boom. Took it all the way down. Took out the equal lows that's hanging at 41.33.
Right around here?
41.33.
Right there, yeah. Yeah, this right here.
Yeah, boom.
This swing low over here. Yeah, right around here. Right. Yeah, right there, right there.
Then it created the swing, the turtle soup formation right there, right? So I knew for a fact we was going all the way back up. So that's why in the chat when we was talking, I said the optimal trade entry about to set up right now, right? So when we was up there, I called it out for everybody if they was paying attention, right? If you would have ran your fib, you would have got it, and then you would have entered right there, and you could have hit basically the target for London highs was the target, but low hanging fruit for me was Asian highs, I think. Let me see.
So
yeah, Asian high was when I took off the 9 contracts, right? And then at London high, I took off the last one.
Yeah, so London high was here, and the Asian high was
I'll tell you.
No, I went to the wrong. Yeah, that's right. So the Asian high, right?
41.53.50.
Yeah, right there. That's Asian high right there. Yep. 41.53.50. Yep. That's it. Yeah. So, but peep this. This what I want to show right there. I'm glad you put up and said all of that right there. Right. So peep this. Right. This stuff worked. Right. Peep. This stuff worked
Facts.
now. So check it. Right. 100. He went short. Let me scrunch it up a little bit. So here we go. Like the market was here at 12 o'clock. It was hovering around here. We sold down, right? So we came down. You see how we dilly-dally here, right? And then we came up, kissed those highs, and came in. We bounced off this fair value gap and we took off. Boom. Right. So when we took off, we poked above this right here, right? We poked above it, wicked off, and displaced down heavy, right? When we displaced down heavy after poking above this high, we left a fair value gap right there. Right, you see that fair value gap right there, and then he was saying I went short on where you got the line. You see this candle that popped back up into that fair value gap? That's your short right there. Why? Because we came up, we poked above the liquidity and got heavy displacement after poking that liquidity, left a fair value gap. That's your entry right there. Boom, push down. You see what I'm saying? And then when we come back, when we got below this liquidity under here, we got heavy displacement to the top. Right, left the fair value gap, right, run your fibs, right, get your equilibrium, left the fair value gap right there, came back down, right, to the same area where he had went short at, right? Remember, the algos remember what they did, right? So they blasted off to the downside from this area last time. So when we came back up, when we ran the liquidity out and pushed up here, they came right back to that same area for the long to go up. This stuff worked, man. This stuff worked, man. The only reason why I didn't get into this right here is because, like now, how it's coming back down again, right? How this is coming back down again down here. You can even like this would be like a higher time frame entry off that same area. You see what I'm saying? Like these are like 1 minute charts, but like with it coming back down like this right here, let's look at like a 15-minute, right? See how it's coming back down on the 15-minute, coming back down to these areas. Like it just takes longer to play out. Like 100 done for the day, right? Because he traded on the lower time frame. But if you trading based off the 15-minute, it may not come back to get you in this area for your setup until after lunch, or it might even happen during lunch. You see what I'm saying? It just depends on how much time. It's all fractal, and it just take different amounts of time for the trade to play out. You see what I'm saying? It takes different amount of time for the trade to play out. But this right here, this 945 candle at this fair value gap is really looking like that was the downside target for the algos. Like I said earlier, that's it right there. They already took out this. So this down here is out of the picture for me now, man. I'm running my mouth. Holla at me 100.
Nah. Yeah, good shit though. That's basically all I was saying and shit. Sorry for cursing.
What Stack say? Hey, thank y'all for sharing this. It's great community. We have sharp. That's it, man. Iron sharpen iron, man. Iron sharp. And like I was saying, man, I don't care what how people be on the internet talk about. Oh, that's just sim. That's just paper trading. That man, I paper trade all day long to perfect a technique before I go out there and blow my account trying to prove that I'm Tradezilla. You know what I'm saying? Man, yep. I don't care. I don't care about being wrong or right. I just care about making money and losing money. That's all I care about in this market, man.
Sir.
I appreciate you, A100. I be seeing you in the chat all the time. Be saying stuff. Be dropping gems in there, man.
And I be trying.
What took that one too? Oh, Thomas say he took that one too. He let it go at 41.60. But it did get through 41.45. Okay, then. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hey, remember tonight, Q gonna pull up, Eric gonna pull up. Y'all pull up and eat Zilla. Look at that. You must forget I got the power to block you, Kev. Put a scratch and sniff on the box. Man, you better get out of here. I'm about to go eat me some cereal right now, man. Hey, pull up at 7:30. We got a few questions that we gonna incorporate in the conversation or just answer. Pull up with any questions you may have, cause we may do a Q&A afterwards. But y'all trade safe, man. I'm about to go get me something to eat, and I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30. I appreciate y'all, man. Gone.